Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. If I suddenly keel over and die, it's because I've had 2 pints of Copperberg, and I tell you what, it doesn't do me any favours, that Copperberg. And the worst thing is, I got another keg coming now. Be the death of me, quite possibly. Anyway, got van coming. Don't worry about me. I'm not going to keel over. Fingers crossed. We've got another beer review coming up now, and it's the final beer that my brother-in-law Steve sent me. And it's from Brew out of Bedford, and this is a can of their seasonal beer, Crafty Seadog. Apologies for the light. Do that. Crafty Seadog. Don't know if that's no bloody use, is it? Let's try it that way. Crafty Seadog. Yeah, no use. And it is a Hell's Bock, and it's coming in at 8.5%. So maybe this beer might finish me off. Who knows? I don't know, but. Yeah, it's in a 330ml can. I think he said they cost £2.75, something like that. He did say it was very decent, or he enjoyed it anyway. It's got 24 IBUs, 330ml can, 8.5%. The hops are Hallertau, Hersbrucker, and Northern Brewer. So let's get it cracked open. Now, I don't have a Brew glass, but we're going to bang it in this little crystal glass. Be ideal for a bock. So let's get her open and see what we get. Oh dear. I tell you what, how anyone drinks that bloody Copperberg pint after pint, and how the kids do it, I never know. Giving me some right jib, I tell you. A Hell's Bock. Interesting. Not as dark as I was expecting, but maybe that's just my head. I was expecting a real sort of dark beer. But that sort of like a very deep amber, caramel colour maybe, copper colour if you like. There's a few bubbles going up, no head on it at all. That has kind of disappeared. Maybe that's me glass, maybe it's a beer, I don't know. But I would say it looks a little bit underwhelming. But let's go in with the nose and see what we get with the old sniffer. I don't think I'm going to be very good at swirling that. Oh, wow. Massive, malty, animal feed aroma, I would say. It's like driving past Winstay Farmers. Now, you'll know that if you know where I live and if you live around here. Malty. It's got a dark edge to it on the nose. And that's all I'm getting really, is animal feed. Anyway, yeah, no hops. I'm not getting any sort of lager hop in there. Hopefully that will come through on the taste. So let's dive in on a Brew out of Bedford. Crafty Seadog, Hell's Bock, 8.5%. Cheers, Steve. Cheers, everyone. Oh, that's actually quite nice, that. It's quite nice. Let's do me stuff as I do it. Body for 8.5%. Let's remember, a Hell's Bock beer. It's lager, basically. It has got a bit of weight to it, but it's not massively heavy, which you kind of expect. Carbonation in there is there, but quite gentle. Does seem, maybe I'm being a little bit harsh, I don't know, a little bit lifeless, but not, it looks worse than what it is, if you like. But it does still feel a little bit light in carbonation. If this was on tap, I would imagine it'd be a lot more sort of carbonated, probably feel a bit better in the mouth. Pretty smooth, not a bad mouthfeel. On the taste, you definitely get that boozy side to it. I wouldn't say you'd say 8.5%. but you definitely get a booziness about it. That's drinking for me like a good 6% sort of lager, if you like. 6%, 6.5% lager. On the taste, malty, a big sort of dark sort of, I'm not going to say dark roasted malts, obviously not, but you get that, I think the booziness adds a different sort of flavour to the malt. I am starting to pick up the hops in there now, so it's like a big rich sort of malty animal feed flavour, if you like. The hops are coming through now as my palate adjusts. Definitely getting the Hallertau fruit. I recognise them in every beer I have with Hallertau hops. For me, it has a distinct flavour, and you are picking that up. I think there's a slightly floral note in there with this as well. It's very drinkable, actually. You know, as much as I've sat there and said it looks a bit underwhelming, the carbonation could do with being a little bit more. It does drink well. It does taste nice. It's not drinking around the 8.5% mark, but it is drinking like a big ballsy lager, really. You know, it is drinking at that 6.5% sort of mark, like I say, but it does drink really well. You're getting the hops in there. I think that's pretty decent, actually. Could you compare it to sort of, well, it'd be unfair to really compare it to a German one. It probably isn't going to live up to the German ones, but it isn't far off. It really isn't far off. It's a shame it looks a bit sad in the glass, because it's a much better beer than it looks. So for me, this being the last beer out of the ones he sent me, it's a good end to it, isn't it? It's a good end to the series of beers from Brew Point. So yeah, for me, Crafty Seadog, Hell's Bock, 8.5% from Brew Point out of Bedford. Gets a thumbs up for me. I like it. Would I recommend it to anyone? Well, it is seasonal, like I say. So I don't know when this would be coming out. Late September, maybe. September time, October time. If you see it and you're down in Bedford, give it a go. If you happen to see it online, give it a go as well, because it's well worth picking up. And if you've had it before, let me know what you think. So there you go. That's it for my views on this beer. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you again soon on another one. Cheers.